Hello, this is Caelan Huntress, and today I'm doing a homepage review of Earthcapades.com. Earthcapades is the brand name for the environmental vaudevillians that travel around the United States and Canada, teaching educational assemblies to school children, teaching them how to make better environmental choices. This is also the first time I've done a homepage review of a website that I've designed myself. I actually designed this site back in 2013, more than 4 years ago, and so I get to revisit my own work with my homepage review. And my homepage reviews are when I go over 4 things that I like and 4 things that I would improve about a homepage. And so on this homepage, the first thing that I like is the color scheme. I really like the boldness of the colors. The ocean blue, the vibrant green, even these oranges that you see. I mean, like, this is just a really bold, vibrant color palette. It's really eye-catching, and I've always really liked it. So that's the first thing that I like, is the color palette. The second thing that I like is the parallel calls to action. And this is counterintuitive. Usually, it's a rule of thumb that on most pages, especially landing pages, but generally you don't want calls to action competing with each other, because then a user will see too many things to do and will choose none of them. So this breaks that rule, but it does it intelligently. This working with Earthcapades was the first time that I ever made customer avatars for a client. And so we dove deep on the types of people that would be using this website and the types of people that hired them for their services. And we decided that we needed one call to action for the environmental agencies who sponsored the shows, and another call to action for the school administrators that hired them to come and give assemblies. And then there's all these other people, especially the kids that showed up at the event, who needed something else to do, because they're not going to do school assemblies, they're not an environmental agency, but they have this ebook that they could subscribe to. And I loved making this ebook. This was really fun. But this gives parallel calls to action that automatically segments the website user based on the actions that they want to take. So that's the second thing that I like, is the parallel calls to action. The third thing that I like is the testimonials right up here on the top. As soon as you land on the homepage, there's some big testimonials that, even more than these awesome pictures that convey in more than 1,000 words what they're all about, these testimonials give serious social proof. And so that's the third thing that I like, is the testimonials. The fourth thing that I like about this homepage is these footer links in the menu, in the footer. This was part of the SEO plan that we created, was having keyword-rich meta titles that were linked here in the footer. And these all go to the specific pages that with the keywords as the heading that the pages are trying to rank for. So for instance, the page that we wanted to rank for California State Science Standards, that's the same as the slug. Some of these texts are different than the titles of the pages. And so we did this really specifically, and their SEO ranking rose as a result. So that's the fourth thing I like, is the SEO footer. And now the 4 things that I would improve on this website that I designed myself. And the first one is I would take out the homepage slider. Over the years, I've gotten a very negative opinion of homepage sliders because they drag down site speed so much. This one is fairly light. I was able to keep the image size down and keep the bandwidth down. But as you can see from my blog, I recently actually wrote a whole post about the 9 reasons why homepage sliders suck. Homepage sliders are, I could go on about it, and if you want to hear me go off about it, you can come and read this blog post, and I get deep into it. But that's the first thing that I would improve on here, is I would ditch the homepage slider and instead do some parallax with these images as the background, and have the testimonials move at a different pace, and I think some full width parallax sections would be really nice. The second thing that I would improve is I never told Hardy, but I hate this Earth graphic with all the, it conveys so much visually. And we did something really nice with it down here in the footer. But I have always been, I find it kind of distracting. It serves a really good purpose in this website. It's a really good visual divider, and it also conveys the whimsicalness of the brand and its mission. And it's hard to describe a mission visually in an image. And this graphic does do it. But personally, I've never been a fan. I didn't come up with anything better. during our redesign process 4 years ago, and so I didn't have any better suggestion to replace it with. But it is the second thing that I would improve, is I would find some other replacement for this Earth growing graphic. I don't know what that would be, but that's something that I would look at. The third thing that I would improve is I would make this full width. We've got all these white margin spaces on the side, and this was 4 years ago was pretty early for responsiveness. And this was one of the first responsive websites that I ever designed, and so I like it that it's responsive, but I think the margins do a bit of a disservice. And I think if it went full width, then in wider browser widths, that it would look really spectacular, and it would also give us some of those parallax opportunities that I was mentioning earlier. The fourth thing that I would improve about this website is I would have a blog feed here on the homepage. Without any dynamic content, Google takes a look at this homepage and it says, okay, this is the homepage. And when its spiders come back 6 months or a year from now, it sees the exact same thing. And it says, oh, this isn't a dynamically updating homepage. It's just the same. And so for SEO purposes, it's not great to have a website that's static on the homepage. And there is a blog on here, and I think with some featured images and maybe just a couple of updating links once a month or even once a quarter, just having something update regularly would boost the SEO rankings, and it would also give a little bit more flavor to the homepage. So those are the 4 things that I like and the 4 things that I would improve about earthcapades.com. I hope you like this homepage review, and if you'd like your own homepage reviewed, there's a link in the description of this video below, and I'd be happy to take a look. See you next time.